Right. Perfect. All right. Then we will once again pick up with our narrator. Detective Sky, begin recording. It's been several weeks, but I think, found the second and third journals of one Sabine Thought. Likely, either the intended delivery to the university she goes to. They again did not reach their desired location, or by some other means ended up here in this place. But now I feel more and more confident as I've been researching her journals and the various letters and recordings that I have found from the Tormented Tide that this group aboard the Dashing Gaze did or does have some larger part to play there. This journal seems to go over the events of the party as they ventured from Duffport to West Haven, as well as covers the events afterwards as they went towards Dolorstead Island. And from what I've read a bit ahead, that turned out to be a rather ill-fated trip. But I will, as always, start at the beginning and move our way through it to hope to have it better recorded. So, we begin with entry 1 in this journal. The trip from Duffport to West Haven. Change our music. Some light rain, I think. And this will work fine. The Dashing Gaze makes its way across the grim sea. Headed from Devport in the Raven's Domain all the way over the United Coasts. The majority of this trip is not recorded in the journal. People's conversations and the small stops in between are largely left out, aside from a few entries on Sabine's part, mentioning things she's discovered, things she's observed about Creed and from the ship and this plane in general. But just because they are not documented does not mean these conversations did not happen. So, to start and to pick back up for this second arc of the Tormented Tide, I'd like to know if there's any real conversations of import that happened on this journey. Anyone that you all wanted to talk to. Not small things, but anything major. Angry little dog.
Do we don't know what Creed, like, did we figure out that Creed was special, air quotes?
I mean, you figured out that somehow Sabine brought him back from death.
I was about to say, Creed probably would have a conversation with Sabine. I don't
I
know
was gonna say,
Sure. Perhaps a major conversation needs to be
Yeah.
had as far as Creed to the group and Sabine as well. That's fair. This probably is a conversation that Sabine would have recorded. The explanation of Creed. So we'll do that during the journey from Deathport to West Haven. One rainy day, you all are inside. It's probably not been terribly long since your trip or your arrival back in Deathport and subsequent adventure back out into the sea. So we'll say you guys are in the lower hold of the ship. Sabine here, Lori as well. Captain Charmer and Bert are not. Charmer is actually going over some stuff in his quarters, and Bert is the ever dutiful bodyguard. Yosef is currently asleep in one of the bunks, as is some of the other crew. And you may have this conversation, and it can begin however you like.
Yes, we did. Actually, don't know how a conversation would start, because Creed wouldn't just go spewing it out.
Sure. All right. This way. Who makes the conversation start? You don't have to tell me how, but who broaches it first?
Are we here?
Yeah.
This is
Hey, can we talk about this?
Sure. Okay, so that's how it starts then.
It feels like I think Anula says in character, this feels like a weird family meeting.
Sure. And then, so that is how this conversation starts on this night. Sabine, for her part, drinking a bit, but never too much. Sabine is very measured at all times, or tries to be. Like, ever since she came back from that trip where she lost her mind and her courage a bit, she's, over time, rebuilt that exterior. And so she is now back to her confident self a bit more. So you guys definitely made progress with her and can talk to her a little bit better than you could before, certainly.
All I have to do is die to talk to her a little bit.
But Sabine will just say, they're called Reborn. They come from Lemordia. That is what Mr. Creed is, and what a number of others have been in the past. What more would you like to know?
I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard of a name for us.
What is Lemordia?
It's another one of these domains. You are familiar. You are not of the domains. You are familiar with how they work, right?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, like, I know there's like something, there's we were talking to the Vistani who were like, oh, we're gonna go through the fog to different places. But that's about it.
Vistani break the rules fairly often. But the rough gist of it is, the Tormented Tide is a domain. One of a few that all exist together and can be traversed between one and another. They are all fairly different from each other. They all have very different lords who rule over them. And the one that I believe Creed to be from, or at least to have visited, is Lemordia. Is the one I am from.
Oh, you're from there.
What's so special about there? Why do they keep making people like Creed?
Well,
they don't.
It's
There are very few, if not only one, who can make them. Lemordia as a whole is a place that deals in a lot of body altercations. I myself have not partaken, but it is a fairly common practice there. But the process that Creed underwent, there is, we believe, only one woman who could have achieved it. At least I believe that.
Probably the one you're talking about, yes.
So have you met her? Truly?
Yes, I have. That's who I think you're talking about. Mordenheim?
She kind of straightens up a bit and nods. Yes.
Yes, I met her. Really wasn't much of a conversation to be had, really. She don't see us as people, which I can't blame her for. I guess her occupation.
She's a genius. She's believed to be the foremost and most impressive mind in Lemordia. Many see her as a potential savior for the plane. She controls the mist there.
I don't suppose she does this to willing people. Like, oh, in case I die, yeah, sure, I'm happy to come back.
There's a cost.
That's not really what I was asking.
What's the cost?
Well,
I'm kind of curious as well on that.
Pretty much, I have no clue why she chose me, but...
Did you have a conversation with her?
I did. Again, I wasn't really a human-to-human one. It was more, I was her product, and she said the only way to repair is to do a task for her. Otherwise, I'm just a useless husk to her.
So it's like a flesh golem kind of situation that she's trying to create, or?
And then that's where, Creed will make sure he doesn't have his eye patch on, and the two different color eyes with the stitching on the one.
Yeah, but it's much more than
Ew.
that. Flesh golems don't maintain or retain that sense of person or their intellect. And though now she debates making a joke or she doesn't.
Yeah. Kind of waits for it, to be fair.
Yeah, she decides this is not the moment. They have less intellect. They are not as free-willed as Creed is. That's what makes what she does so significant, so brilliant. She truly brings things back to life.
Okay, but
like her works to be believed.
Okay, but like, what's the difference between like Creed and like someone who was brought back with like a revivification spell versus someone who has raised the dead, like, undead like?
I think the idea is I was a little farther gone.
One is divine. One is divine magic that I am not an expert in, and I cannot really inform you as to the specifics of. One is pure necromancy, and it's not the same thing. It is a magical revival of the dead, usually in some sort of dark and twisted form. And then there is what she does, which is purely scientific.
I mean, Creed's pretty dark and twisted. I'm just kidding.
Finn just waits for the laugh and there isn't any. He just pushes through.
Creed would just kind of shrug, like, okay, I'll take that one.
Okay, so then, like, you're like a smart, but like also like you're not a flesh golem, right? Like, is that?
I don't know. I really don't.
He's a bit of an amalgamation. Parts of different people were probably used to revive him, if I understand the process at all.
Do you have stitch marks?
Well, like, yeah. With the eye, the one eye that's a different color, there's stitches that are still like predominant, like they haven't faded.
Do you have like two different size arms?
My arms.
Oh my god, has she like made someone with like a baby arm?
For Laura, who's been very quiet, it's like that would be so fucked up.
So knowing my conversation with her, that wouldn't be her thing. She's a perfectionist. She would only replace something that would make you better. Otherwise, it's not worth her time.
So what was the? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're probably gonna say something worthwhile. I wasn't.
Anila would laugh at that. So
It's being rolled around.
what was your cost?
I have to find someone for.
Who are you looking for?
Honestly, I only have a description, and I guess I do have a name, but
You do.
yeah, I do. I do.
Uh,
That's. I think it's one of her creations. I'm looking for another one. I don't know. She didn't go into detail. Just a name and a description.
What's his name?
It's pretty sure it's a female named Elise.
Uh,
Tattoos.
Elise. What was her description?
She's tattooed on her chest and her face, and has white hair. I believe. I think she said her chest will glow, which I don't entirely know what that meant, but I was kind of foggy when I was talking to her. Uh, Said that this is kind of flesh golem-y, but I don't know. Like, I always thought I was technically probably a flesh golem, but after hearing a little bit from Sabina here, I guess I'm not.
You know, you're more than that. A flash
Yeah, I was
golem is
gonna-
just a construct. You,
yeah, I mean, you've got like a personality and stuff.
I haven't
I
met a flesh.
I would like to put it out there. I did not mean to offend you by saying that. It was just trying to
Well-
understand the situation.
No, I understand, because you know about as much as I do. Maybe. I mean, now you do.
Nah, I mean, I would have said a flesh golem if, like, I mean, like, we already knocked out my other 3 options, so, like, flesh golem was next. Flesh golem was number 4. We would have circled around back to it anyway.
you're more than that. That's what makes her work so brilliant.
Oh, it's so sweet, Sabine.
She kind of just stares at you. I mean it from a scientific standpoint. He has a consciousness. He came back from the dead purely through science. It's groundbreaking work.
And you
Yeah,
said
but
you're
how?
from
Oh, go ahead.
there, though. So were you trying to mimic this? Because clearly you knew enough to
I've
bring me back.
studied some of her work. Most students of the university I went to did. And it's, for the most part, not even something we can comprehend. But I was able to, having seen what you look like, try to follow along, and I think I got a bit lucky, honestly.
How long were you dead for? If you don't mind me asking, if that's not, like, too sensitive.
Honest truth, I don't know.
Like, do you have like a time frame, like a day, a month? You see,
Yeah.
yeah. Lori just kind of a hand on her cheek.
Creed will just kind of look distance like he's trying to think of a date or anything to do that, but have nothing to say.
Mhm.
And just to be very clear, you were willing, correct?
I was dead.
But you'd volunteered for this, or did she just
No.
pick a corpse and?
Do you remember?
I just remember being shot and stabbed.
Did
Not
she
even by
shoot
me.
and stab you? See Lori's eyes kind of wide.
No. I don't know who did. That's something I want to figure out, but I just remember looking down a barrel of a flintlock while feeling skewered, hearing the gunshot go off and everything go black, and then waking up in a room with someone talking their way through it very meticulously and thought out until I Rose and to meet Dr. Mordheim. I was very groggy and don't know what happened, didn't know where I was. So, could have been months that I was dead. Maybe a year. I doubt it. My guess is weeks to months. I don't know. I don't know how I was found. I don't know why I was chosen. I don't know anything of it. And I mean, I wasn't even in. You said Lamortia is the plane?
Yes.
Yeah, I personally never have been there except for when I woke up after being shot.
So you just kind of she just kind of slapped your ass, you left, and now you're here? Like, is that what said go get him?
Kinda. I mean, in a very crude sense, yeah. Let's go find them, or I was a waste of her time. And just another husk, and if I fail it and she knows it, I think she'll undo me.
So,
Interesting. Okay.
is she sure this Elise is here?
She has pretty good. She seemed pretty confident. She didn't know where she was, but she
And
seemed pretty confident.
why did she tell you why we were looking for her? Or well, we'll help you, but why is she looking for this woman?
I just know it was important that she got out alive. That's all I know. That she was worth everything to her. And something tells me I'm not the only reborn probably on this task. I don't see why I would be the only one.
Okay, what are like the benefits of just being a lifeless husk to her? Like, or what are the what are the drawbacks of just being nothing to her if you get to kind of do what you want otherwise? I feel like this was very poorly planned on her part.
It kind of. I mean, I agree, but I feel like it's a. I feel like it's a lot of her just mass. Maybe not mass making, but she's probably. I like I said, I don't think I'm the only one, and I think this is her knowledge trying to seek out people in terms of repayment. She also
Got
did
it.
kind of promise me if I did actually manage to do this to help me figure out what happened, because I again don't know.
Steam will speak up. I doubt it's poorly planned. The woman doesn't poorly plan anything from what I understand.
Well, I mean,
She's-
from the details that he's giving me, it seems pretty poorly planned. I'm just gonna put
I
it
mean,
out
maybe
there.
there's more details than he's aware of.
That's more likely.
Like,
Again,
is he gonna explode if somebody else finds Elise first? He's just
I
gonna
don't know.
we're gonna have Creed all over us? Like, what?
I don't think so, based on what I have seen, but there could be more to it.
that'd be pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
It would not be
That
very
would-
cool. You would be dead.
I mean,
That's
Like,
I mean,
really dead. I wouldn't be able to fix that.
that's true. I mean, ways to go. Yeah, never mind.
Spontaneous combustion? Not really what I would.
I mean, if it was instant.
That's true. I mean, obviously, I don't want to blow up, but better than being shot. I would think. This-
I'm sorry you died, Creed.
so what have you been doing to look for this woman, or have you been doing anything?
I haven't done anything yet because honestly, when we met up on the first ship, that was my first like. I was just dropped off pretty much right where we all met up to where I met that crew. So it's been fairly recent that I've been theoretically released from death the first time. So I haven't actively done anything, but we said we're going to West Haven, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
And Lord says, "Yep, that's the plan. The captain's apparently got some job for us up there. Maybe."
While we're confessing some issues, I will warn you that when I was first taken into the realm, I ended up in, and she air quotes here, indentured servitude to a very wealthy and I guess she was important lady.
Lord points at you and just says, "Yeah, that's big in the United Coast. Don't take a loan from anybody while you're there, okay? Like, that goes for all of you."
I had some good luck and I was able to get away. I don't owe her anything anymore.
Good, good.
But she seems pretty intent on
Re-enslaving?
Right. This time far more permanently. Her name's Lady Adara.
Well, if we see her, then we'll kick her ass. It'll be fine.
Would there be any chance I would know that name, being from?
A history check would be pretty hard, but maybe. Yeah, maybe.
14.
No, it's not one you're familiar with.
Okay.
So, yeah, don't. I also do know some of the underground there. I did a bit of back alley healing. So, if we need to make contacts, I can definitely be of a service there.
Good to hear. Tell Charmer that. Charmer will want to know if you've got any weird contacts. He's all about making those.
I don't think that was all openly offered to anybody, to be fair.
Fair.
Well, I'm more for this group than for Charmer. Charmer is a very good captain. And there's a
Charmer's
wealth
still on my shit list.
there's a wealth of meaning behind her words.
Sure.
I mean, he's one of the better captains out there, but
Or not. He could be a lot worse.
exactly.
He's not the worst captain I've had. It's also not the best. Middle of the road, I'd say.
He's my first.
Hopefully.
Laura raises her glass.
I raise it. I raise mine.
Yeah. And you'll never forget it.
God willing. Or God's willing.
Yeah, this is good stuff to know. We're getting to know you guys a little bit more now. I appreciate it. I'm sure that it's just gonna bring us as a crew a lot closer together. It's gonna be great.
Hey, do any of you guys have an ink pen?
Sabine just hands you a pen. Yeah.
Yeah, great, thanks. I go over to I go over to Yosef and I start drawing his face.
Stealth check.
Stealth check.
Let's see. This is important. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a Mystic Cloak. My
right.
cloak. The Mystic Cloak.
Sure.
Let's see.
Nice.
All right, you do. He doesn't wait.
He has cat whiskers and a cat nose and goofy glasses on his face now.
Excellent. He does. You do not wake him.
Tusks.
Tusks.
Yep.
All right. Sabine just kind of looks disapprovingly at you, while Lori giggles a bit. What did you do
Thanks.
to get your ire? Like, kind of curious.
I mean, just he's always so smug.
He's never really seemed that smug.
I never got that from him
He
personally.
just, it's just the vibe he gives off like all the time.
I feel like there's a lot more people that have a smug attitude on this show.
Sabine, I would say, agreed. But
Look,
That's Creed
Like,
gives you
it
a
just-
smug look.
yeah.
yeah,
Look, he just gives off the bad vibes. Okay, like
fair.
I just and look, it's
Hate at
it's
first
just
sight, I
mutual.
get it.
I don't like him. He doesn't like me. This is just what
Does
we
he
do.
not like you?
he's told you that.
I was to say we could ask him.
You can just tell. You can just tell by the vibes.
I look at Sabine and I just shake my head.
Yeah, she again kind of rolls her eyes a bit.
This
Thanks,
is not a
Sabine.
fight you're gonna win. This is not a conversation that, like, I don't say this out loud, but it's definitely this is not a conversation that is going to lead anywhere productive.
Sure.
So,
She takes her pen back.
so Sabine,
Yes.
why did you attempt it on me? I mean, I appreciate it, obviously, but
You died in the apparent, well, in my presence. I had the potential skills to fix that. It would be wrong of me not to attempt it.
wouldn't it-
Insight check.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna probably do the same.
Sure.
Just for fun.
2 natural 20. Nice.
I'm busy. I
Yeah.
don't know. Let's say.
My charisma overall is just straight 0 regardless. Does she have skills in persuasion or deception? She does have one of them. Cool. Hold on. Okay. So Creed and Neela. Yeah, you get it. Like it probably is like a bit of a personal like attachment. Like she didn't want Creed to be dead. But yeah, you don't sense like any nefarious or undertones or anything like that. Creed. Like if she has any like other plans for you, you don't get that. It's genuinely what she says, with a little bit more affection than like just someone died. I could fix it. It's kind of on me to fix it because I should. And I'll be honest, I don't think I would ever have another opportunity to try. Having written some of the notes of this woman and having one of her reborn in front of me, I don't think I'll ever have that combination in front of me again. Very likely. As a researcher myself, it's a greater opportunity than I could have ever asked for.
I'm glad me dying was a learning experience for you.
It was. I'll take it as payment, considering I don't think you ever paid me for that.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Were you not nervous of if you didn't do it that other people would have seen that you just butchered someone theoretically? Obviously, you didn't.
That I'd mess with a corpse? I hope not. I'll be honest, that's frowned on a bit more here than is the Moria. It's just a different game.
Can't imagine why.
What can I? She says it with a totally different meaning than you.
Yeah.
This woman does not understand
Nope.
the sarcasm.
All I know is it clicks in Creed of why her attitude's this way.
Yeah. It's like, okay. Excuse me. But yeah. Is there anything more, like, conversation-wise that you guys have on the way?
that's the biggest conversation that Finn wants to have.
Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing like huge.
All right.
He does ask if he can have a different position that's not the crow's nest.
What do you want?
Not sure.
You could take my job
Okay, well,
What's
until you
your
think,
job?
yeah,
with the laugh of probably being on a hand deck easily.
yeah.
Since he's,
What?
not used to it. Probably doing like the more labor stuff just because he's so used to it.
Oh no.
I know.
No, thank
I knew you would do it. So
Well,
I
until you
created-
think of a better position for yourself, you are a crow's nest duty.
I can help with navigation. I mean, that's like kind of my thing.
Didn't we get literally a navigator though?
Shut up.
You do.
You literally saved a navigator.
Shut up.
Yeah, that role is unfortunately covered right now. Wait, where is he? I was looking for him earlier. He's in Arc 1. He's in the Deadly Bound? No. Talon. There he is. There's Talon. Let's put him in
What if he
investigate.
needs like a second opinion or something?
Pretty
What if
sure.
Talon needs a second opinion? I'm just gonna put it out there.
You
I'm gonna be up in the crow's nest. It's gonna be a lot harder. And I have to I have to either, climb all the way down, or he has to go all the way up, and it's just a big hullabaloo.
Well, if it looks like we're going the wrong direction, this is Captain Charmer. If you think we're going the wrong direction, you can let us know from your great vantage point.
Jesus.
Miss being a stowaway. Alright, but like, I'm getting sunburn. I don't like that. I don't know how that happens. There's no fucking sun.
Yes,
It's pretty fun.
that either. I don't think anyone else is having problems with that. He looks over. He's like,
You get the most sun. You get the most sunburn on cloudy days because you don't think to put SPF on.
I look pretty pale, I'm not gonna lie.
What if
Yeah.
we...
Well, you're also. Shut up, Creed.
It's just constant arguments amongst the crew. For his part, Yosef does wake up and find that he has all these markings on his face, and takes it very good in stride, assuming that someone on the crew is playing a good joke on him. He
Good, Yosef.
yeah, he gives your finger guns back. He doesn't take it off that day. He keeps it on for the day. To kind of
Oh,
brighten,
God.
kind of brighten the mood of everyone else.
I just imagine you're seething. Finn is
Yeah.
seething.
Yeah.
What? How about this? How about this? How about this?
Mm-hmm.
I think we need more wards on the boat.
Okay.
I think we need more wards. I think I should put more wards on the boat.
Didn't we determine that was bullshit last time?
I think so.
I was like, I'm pretty sure we determined that was bullshit.
Charmer never did. I think Sabine did.
Mm-hmm.
Lori
Okay.
believed me, and then I told her it was false.
Yeah. That actually doesn't work. No, Sabine's still that little prissy person who would still be like, that's not a thing.
God, she's like
So get your words.
Hermione.
Shut up, Sabine.
She's Hermione.
She's like Hermione, but annoying.
Leviosa.
I'll vortex warp you off this goddamn ship, Sabine.
Bitch, I wish you would. But you guys continue on in absolute harmony amongst the entire crew. No arguments ever. Towards West Haven. And eventually you will see the great city of West Haven come into view on the United Coasts. Bigger than Doveport by a good bit. Bigger than any of the small towns you visit in the unsettled waters, which that area is a bit risky. As it's contested. It's contested by both the coasts and the domain, and they definitely do fight a lot there. Charmer does say there's a lot of profit to be made in the unsettled waters, smuggling and moving things, but it's not something he's interested in right now. So your job is in West Haven, and he is very excited to go and get that looked at.
What is?
And
Did we have a chance to be like, what is the job?
yes, he will tell you that he thinks a potential another lead for another delving job, but he needs to go look into it. But he's feeling very confident about it.
Did we ever get paid
Yes,
We got 1,000 gold pieces.
each?
something like that. Yeah, you will get
Yeah.
paid.
And
I didn't
then
know about this.
selling. Did we sell stuff?
You did, I believe.
Okay, well, let me add a 1 in front of my 100 gold.
How much was it? You said 1,000?
Yeah, because you bought some scroll stuff and like.
Yeah.
That's right. This session I couldn't be
So
there,
I'm at 908 because I think I bought stuff too. Yeah,
I'm
I
at
bought a
3.
How?
Mage.
I bought a lot of spell scrolls, but also
Apparently I didn't spend a single gold because I didn't realize I had it.
Yeah, I bought a
Uh,
sending
think I have-
stone.
I have goodness, what's it called? I have materials, that's what they're called, to cast Find Familiar. Can I do that?
Yeah, you could.
Okay, I'll probably do that. I will get back to you on what I want to actually have.
Sure. And as a note, like this trip is a long one. I mean to make this a little clear, but like the this domain of dread is actually pretty big in comparison to a lot of the other ones. This is a few weeks journey, having to make the different stops to the different islands. So by the time you arrive in West Haven, it's been a while. The last leg of the journey from here to here was especially a long one.
I think I started trading books with Bert at some point.
Sure,
Like, I need a
absolutely.
new one.
Absolutely. You gather he likes to read like a lot of trilogies, specifically trilogies. He feels like 3 books in a series is a good amount of books. It sets up a good foundation in the first, and then the second you get a lot of like the filler and the world building, and then the third brings it to a nice conclusion. He's very passionate about it, and so you get a lot of different trilogy series you can read. He had some books they got in Deathport himself. But yeah, West Haven, when you arrive here, there are tons of ships that are all docked here. A lot of them look to be the same make, the same design. Frigates, I feel like man of wars, like the big ones, as well as some smaller like fishing ships and just traveling vessels. There is a symbol that flies from a number of the ships that I will say Creed pretty well, and it's I would say Anila would know as well, representing the Guild of Commerce, which is a really big deal in the United Coasts. It is the foremost guild that deals in travel among the seas, as well as just delivering supplies to different shops and shop owners. It's a bit everywhere, and you see a lot of the ships seem to have their banner. You are able to dock here, pulling alongside many of the other ships. There's a brief inspection of your ship from the local authorities, but nothing really to be found that's a problem. Charmer is able to smooth his way through, and you all find yourself in West Haven. It's much more structured once you enter than Devport or anywhere else. The streets are actually paved, or like the stone streets. There are plenty of carriages and carts that make their way up and down the streets. People, at least in the area down by the docks, are dressed okay. The commoners here look better dressed than the commoners of Deathport, I will say. Though you occasionally will see sides of some noble carriage or something like that, and they wear very floofy, very nice attire, usually flanked by a couple guards with the longer rifles. You see people who are likely servants of some of these noble houses running around, completing activities in the lower parts of West Haven, and up into the mountains that exist to the northern part of West Haven. You can see a lot of different mansions and estates that are built up singular roads that seem to lead directly to those estates alone. The large governor's mansion, foremost in its height, overlooking the rest of West Haven. Charmer, for his part, will say, all right, I have to go check with my contacts. You all have a free day to unwind, relax, and I will get back with you whenever we have our assignment fully locked in. Bert, I will be taking you with me. And Bert's like, okay, Captain. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Bert and Captain Charmer will go on this trip. Is there anywhere in particular you guys want to try to look for? Anything in particular you want to try to look for while you're here?
I can't
No.
think of anything.
It's not a big deal.
What's Talon up to?
Talon?
Yeah.
Talon,
Since he's not really supposed to be here.
no.
Oh yeah.
It's been some weeks, right? So Talon's main problem was down in the Bountiful Islands, which is part of the United Coast, of course. But he's not super worried about it. He goes by the name Eric here. And if anyone asks, he's an Eric. But otherwise, he's not super worried about it. If he saw a board with his face posted on it anywhere, then yeah, he'd be a little more careful. But overall, he's okay.
Okay.
And he, I think, is going to go look for a place to drink because that is a Talon activity.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah.
I'd join on that, but since I guess missed shopping spree, could I go looking for studded leather armor?
You may.
Because I'm like, I need a little bit of AC boost at this point.
Yeah, and that's something you could find here. This is a place that would have that. You likely will find an armorer who has posted outside of his shop window a plaque, saying this shop is associated with the Guild of Commerce, or is a Guild of Commerce associated store, or something like that. And a lot of shops that you visit have that. Very few that you walk by do not have that logo somewhere on their shop or on their store, and those that do not seem to be doing as well, or those that do not seem to not be doing as well.
Is there any notable types of shops that don't have it? Or is it just small
places that deal more in knickknacks or aren't super common businesses that have easy supply and demand type structures, if that makes sense. Anything that's reselling, pawning, or anything like that doesn't usually have it. Anything that could have been acquired illegally probably doesn't have it.
Okay.
That you can't trace exactly where it came back to.
Good old fencing places, got it.
Yeah, those don't. So yeah, if you want some studded leather, it'd just be about 45 gold pieces. Plus 5 for being associated with the guild, so 50.
Alright, yeah. I'm having 50 gold.
Mm-hmm. And you'll gather that 5 is basically a tax that the guild puts out. But yeah, other than that, the group goes and finds some place to drink for the day. It's been some time out at sea. It's been a bit rough. And you'll find that this... where do you guys want to go drink? Somewhere just down by the dock, somewhere up a little bit higher? You just following Talon? Because if
I would say, yeah, Finn's
Mhm.
just gonna follow.
Yeah, Talon doesn't care. Talon's probably gonna go to some low CD bar. He doesn't give a shit. And so, yeah, you'll head into this place. You'll find it is filled with a lot of people like you. Um, you know, sailors. Definitely not
I was
pirates,
about
but
to say, I was
sailors.
like, fancy wizards?
Yes, no.
At the CD
Fancy
bar?
wizard!
Indeed. Maybe more of your profession right now. Lots of pirates, a lot of well, maybe not pirates, but a lot of privateers, and ships that provide escort, and
Definitely a
military
few
ships.
pirates. Definitely a few pirates in here.
No, never. And you'll see a lot of them who kind of wander around this place. Couple that you will notice, or one I can give you. Yeah, I'll say just one I can give you. That you see who wanders around here. Talking to a lot of the other privateers is this man. He makes it a habit of kind of wandering around to different tables, eventually making his way to yours. Did everyone go drinking, or just Finn and Talon? Just so you know.
What did he do?
I know you were busy, Creed, but
Yeah.
Bonnie might be away.
is
What
Bonnie away?
happened?
Or
I'm
you
sorry.
muted.
Hello?
Hello.
I was muted. I'm so sorry. What happened?
Oh, good. No, you're good.
Everyone died.
Did you go drinking with Finn and Talon? Did you have your own thing you wanted to do in West Haven?
No, I would have gone with Finn and Talon.
Cool. For the record, I will say that Sabine is probably going to go look around for different stuff here. She's going to go to the merchant areas as well. Lori will probably go with you. But yeah, this man will come up to your table at some point and just kind of introduce himself as Captain Klaus. Happy to meet you all here, hoping that you're maybe going to be part of someday down the road on some mission or another. Lots of pirates that need dealt with in these parts, and he certainly could use the extra help one day. He tries to be super duper friendly. He probably buys you guys a round of drinks as he leaves. Very
That was
charismatic.
nice of him.
Yeah.
This guy? Claws
Yes.
tied?
Yes.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, he will say that he is a privateer for the Commerce Guild. That he, helps deal with any issues that they have. You look like some people that might be employed by them someday, if you're not already, and he hopes that you end up being, so that he can work with you a little closer. And yeah, he makes the rounds.
Do any of you know him? Or
But
is that...
he bought a sale, so like
He's pretty cool in my book.
Right. I'm just trying to understand. He just is doing it? Is this like his
he's just
recruiting
soliciting
tactic?
us. Yeah, he's just soliciting us. He wants us to join his crew, I think.
Huh. The less time I spend in West... She says this part very quietly. The less time I spend in West Haven, the better for myself.
I mean, this part wasn't too
Noted.
bad. But yeah, I go with Shane. Yeah. You guys sit here, you drink for a while. Creator will eventually be able to join you if he wants with his new studded leather. Very pleased, I'm sure, with his purchase.
Nice
it's very
stuff.
finely made. Yeah.
Very beautiful.
But eventually, later that day, as you guys kind of go about the day, your captain, your fearless captain, Rick Charmer, will return and inform you with a lot of confidence that unfortunately that job does not exist anymore. So he's not to worry. We're going to find you another one shortly. He just needs some time. So enjoy your stay in West Haven while he does that.
Thanks, Rick. You're
yeah.
a real one.
And assuming you guys give him the time, I have to roll something real quick.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
It takes 8 days. As he has trouble finding a follow-up job for you.
Holy fuck.
We're so bored.
Yeah, you are. West Haven, for the record, very, very pretty city. It's so dull. It's so incredibly dull. And there's not really the opportunity to do a lot of stuff, chaotic stuff, as the guard here is very, very thorough and very strict.
Is there a library I could at least spend the time at?
There is. There absolutely is. You have to pay to have a library card if you want to enter the place.
How much is the library card?
Library card is going to be 10 gold for the month, plus 5 for the Guild of Commerce.
Jesus.
15 gold.
I gotta write that down in my notes.
I look for things to sell.
Lori will loan you 15 gold if you want. I said give, but I mean loan. Loan you 15 gold if you want.
I have this golden dragon statue. What is that worth?
You just hold that out. Do you want to try to pawn it?
Yeah, I'll try to pawn it somewhere. I'll try to get a good price for it.
Sure.
I have no monies because I spent it all on spells.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a. Let's see. Investigation or persuasion. I'll let you just find the right buyer or just schmooze somebody. However you want to do it.
Let me see. Seeing if I had anything. I don't think I do. God damn it. This isn't Kaylee.
It is not.
It's not Kaylee. It's perception, but it's the same thing for persuasion.
Then.
And 16.
Yeah, you are able to pawn it. You'll get about 150 for it.
Oh, bitchin'. Okay, then yeah, I'll use that.
Okay. 50 gold for the card for the month.
How much is it? 15, right?
Yeah, 15.
Okay. I thought you said 50. I was like, you jacked
damn,
that up.
just went up.
I did. No. I was eating a fry and it came out a little weird. But yeah.
What's the
15?
guild called again? I'm sorry.
Guild of Commerce.
Guild of Commerce.
Mm-hmm. They provide a lot of protection for things as they're going through the sea, as there's a lot of pirates, and generally manage a lot of stuff.
I am now going to shorten it forevermore to Gok.
The Gok.
Are there any magical items shops or anything like that? I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. I'm just curious.
Probably, but it's probably very basic. Like +1 things, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Things that can be standardized.
How much is a +1? How much would a +1 rapier be? You know,
Hold on.
+5 gold, of course.
It would be about 500 gold plus 5 for the Guild of Commerce.
Holy shit.
Very nice and shiny.
Got 505 gold, technically.
Yep.
Fuck it, I'll do it. I think I'll do it, yeah.
Hey.
Absolutely. It looks well made.
Might as well get myself a better one.
Did you just get... Okay.
I got armor just a second ago.
So this is a
Got some-
weapon?
This is a
It
weapon.
is.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to be like, didn't you just... Okay.
No, it's a +1 rapier.
He wore it for a week and he's like, you know what? I could do better.
That's why I was kind of confused.
No.
Um,
I looked
Eric.
up a rough idea of +1
Yes,
armor. And it was
yeah.
like way above my gold.
So I spent that money for those spell scrolls, right?
you do.
But the other guy, I was going to look into his spell book and copy some down. Did I get anything useful out of that?
I believe so. But I don't remember what it was at that point. I'd have to go back and listen. But I don't remember. I feel like I said what he had. I can't remember though.
I
It's been too
don't think
long.
you did. I think it was one of those things you put off till later.
Probably. I'll have to go look and I'll have to make sure. And then if I didn't do it, then I will get you something. But I have to
Okay.
check.
Okay. I just want to make sure before I.
No, that's good. I totally don't remember. So
I also summon a crab.
cool. You're familiar as a crab.
Yep.
Excellent. But yeah, 8 boring days passed in West Haven.
So do I learn anything in the library?
What are you trying to learn about?
I think that would probably be a good time to kind of look into where we are, maybe some history about it.
Sure. Investigation check.
Also, I think magic is also something that he is super into at the
Sure.
moment. So he'd probably want to look into one, how the magic works here, because I know in Faerun it's through the weave. I want to
Right.
make sure it's the same way.
Right.
And just things of that nature.
Sure. So when you say where we are, do you mean Domains of Dread, Tormented Tide, West
Tormented
Haven?
Tide, mostly.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, the Tormented Tide is a plane with a relatively recent recorded history, like maybe 100 years or so. It talks about how this plane seems to have had some great disaster that wiped away all recorded history sometime before that. And that's what all like the remaining little islands and stuff are. But since then, a few places have begun to be populated and to begin to spread their influence out. Devport, West Haven being the primary two. As the mists drop people off in those locations more frequently than they drop them off in anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
They have evolved two very different cultures and are often combating and have for the last 100 years or so. It's also a very pirate infested place, as the mists lend great cover to that type of activity.
Mm-hmm.
People come and go from the Tormented Tide very frequently. It's one of those planes that you can kind of use to get to other ones very easily.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets more traffic from the others when those planes are open, usually through the Vistani ship captains. But yeah, you learn that. You learn that you probably learn that the lord of this domain is a pirate by the name of Hayes, Captain Hayes, who is wanted by the United Coasts and by Raven's Domain. If anyone can ever kill or capture him, that would be great. But he is actively at war or fighting them at all times.
Interesting. Okay.
So he's his own faction. They say he founded Serpent's Rest, though he rarely visits anymore. Overall, the Tormented Tide is not a very well researched plane, though. There's a lot of areas that are unknown that people don't really know the history of yet. People started trying to get it down, but have not had a ton of success yet, and no one is sure what happened that 100 years ago that wiped everything out.
Got it.
rough gist of the Tormented Tide.
Okay.
Magic, yes, magic does work about the same. The weave. The primary magical force in the Tormented Tide are the weave speakers. They are out of the domain, though the United Coast has their own trained mages who usually work for one noble or another. Or some serve in the military here, but for the most part, they are the servants of individual nobles.
Okay. I think he probably lives 8 days just reading up on just Arcana. He was a student before this, so I think that's just he's keeping sharp with that.
Sure, you're able to do so. And as you sit there and read for a while, eventually, after these 8 days, unless
I
there's
have
anything the other two want to do, yes.
one more thing.
Absolutely.
Is the lady, does she figure out I'm here? And if so, I will be spending the rest of my time on the ship.
She does not find you right now.
Okay.
I had her more in the Bountiful Islands area. Of the
Oh, I
United
thought it
Coast.
was West Haven.
It can be. I don't have it specifically super duper set in my mind yet. So if you prefer it to be West Haven, it certainly can be. It is the capital.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then it's West Haven. I still don't think she'll find you right now, but that's just because it's only been a few days, and West Haven's pretty big, and you haven't really announced your presence. So
sounds good.
Yes. Eventually, Rick Charmer comes through, and he will gather you all up, everyone in the crew, and will just say, all right, I know that I have found us our next task. We are to be speaking with a Lady Maya of the noble court here in West Haven about some task or another that she has for us. A retrieval job, I believe. The specifics to be discussed tonight over dinner. I myself will definitely be in attendance. She said I could bring any of you that wish to come. Mr. Burt, I think perhaps this is not one that you'll be super well fitted to. Miss Sabine, could you find it in yourself to be charismatic tonight? And she just kind of stares at him.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
She glares at you. Right. No, I wouldn't hate to drag you out of your personality and make you fake. We won't do that, Sabine. You are free for the evening. She just nods. Lori, I will expect you in attendance. Anila, Creed?
I can't wait.
And Mr. Finn, as long as you do not cause any issues, you'll be, of course, welcome.
Why would I cause issues? I never cause issues.
You are combative.
No, I'm not. I am not.
Oh boy.
Last through the sentence, I am not. So, assuming you all can be on your best behavior, then that is probably the crew we will work with for the night.
So this is a meeting we're going to?
Yes, we are to discuss the specifics of a retrieval job for one Lady Maya.
Okay.
And yeah, so you all
So,
do
like,
you.
How high stakes is this? If like,
Oh boy.
High
like,
enough
why
stakes.
are you
that-
so nervous? Why are you so nervous about this?
I am not
why-
nervous. I am taking proper precautions around a noble of West Haven.
It took them 8 days to get this. It might take another 8 days and we screw this up.
We will be out of work for a significant period of time if this falls through. I will not
There we
lie.
go.
This is the only job that I have found in those 8 days worth our time.
There you
Hey
go.
Rick, do you know who Klaus
is
Deep
good.
Tide is? Do you know who Captain Klaus is?
Ah, yes, I am familiar with the term. Creed, roll me a history check.
Okay. 18.
Do you feel like you do? So there's like an itch in the back of your head, but you're not really sure. Do you feel like you've heard that name?
Yeah, man.
But he will say, yes, I am familiar. He is a privateer for the Guild of Commerce. We will...
Oh, gross. We don't do that.
Yes, indeed. Okay, we're on the same page. Same wavelength. I like that. And he quickly steers the conversation away from Klaus. And yeah, so best dressed, best behavior. I look forward to this pleasant evening. And yeah, the evening will come. You will make your way up to one of these various manors in the mountains of West Haven. A decent trip. I will say that Captain Charmer does pay for carriages to bring you up there. It's part of the presentation. It's worth the early expense. And so you are brought up here. You'll be greeted by a old butler who just looks... he looks the part of old butler, I'll say, and just says, I will take your coats if you prefer. Lady Maya is inside. And his demeanor and his words just come in weird pauses, where you don't know when he's going to do it.
Thanks, Jeeves.
My name is not Jeeves. It is... and it's like he goes to say, you hear from the doorway, or from the stairway inside, I will say, have our guests arrived? Yes, ma'am. They have all been accounted for. And you will see... Oh, I said her name wrong. It's Lady Mila. This woman kind of descend the stairs.
I love her hat.
Yeah, her hat's awesome. But she kind of just descends the stairs with this air of authority. Which one of you is Captain Charmer? And
Finn holds in so badly.
Yeah. You just hear Lori like, no. Just not
Just
like
like Lori is just tapping Finn's hand, like, please.
Yeah. Pretty much. But you see Captain Charmer step forward. That would be me, ma'am. Very, very, very wonderful to make your acquaintance, and hoping that we can be of service here on the Dashing Gaze. Quite. Well, please do follow me to the dining room. And yeah, she leads you through this mansion. Captain Charmer and her him schmoozing, being Captain Charmer, and her just very uptight, short responses. As you walk through this mansion, there's just signs of wealth everywhere. There is just like suits of armor, large portraits, very expensive looking, like colored windows. I can't think of the term.
Stained glass windows.
Yeah, stained glass windows. I mean, just the picture of wealth. And she leads you into this dining room, which has already been prepared. And there's just a plethora of food here. And she will say, do please help yourselves. It is best to discuss business after a full meal, in my experience.
Thank you, miss. Your home is lovely.
How many forks are on this table?
Thank you. Too many.
I don't. She follow it. Whatever the lady uses is what Anila
You
uses.
kind of pick up the same utensils she
Yeah.
uses. All right. Man, I wish this game had like an elegance check or a courtesy check.
Etiquette.
Etiquette
You
check
could
would
make
be
one up.
excellent. I could.
Be
I was gonna
charisma,
say,
make one up.
I was gonna say, because if Anila, like, if she looks like she's struggling, if she's close to Finn, like, Finn will kind of like this one.
Mhm.
Okay,
Do
thank you.
this one.
Finn's pretty good at this.
50-50 chance if Creed just does it by hand.
Yeah, he's just like mashed potatoes.
But who doesn't?
To be
with
fair, I
mashed
don't have to
potatoes?
eat.
Sure. You know, for those trying to keep proper etiquette, we're gonna call this just a charisma check. Is what I'm gonna say.
Do I need to make this?
If you're noble, I'll say no.
And I
think
have
no.
advantage with Finn helping me.
Sure.
Yay. Fuck me.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I'm taking a screenshot of that.
Nice advantage.
Oh my gosh.
Look, what happens is she drops her water glass in the middle of everything and
Just
it's like,
shatters it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you imagine that was like a very crystalline, very beautiful glass, and it's really slippery. It's meant for look. You feel like as you're holding it, it's meant for looking at, not holding. It doesn't feel very good to hold. And it just slips from your fingers and smashes. You hear Lori very audibly go, "Oh!" and just cover her mouth.
I love Lori. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Lori's great. Lori's great. And Charmer just clears his throat a bit. She just stares at you for a bit. Miss, I'm sorry. Did you cut yourself on the glass?
Did I? I'm guessing I did.
Probably a bit, yeah. With the two natural ones, yeah.
If you'll excuse me for just a moment, and she
Yes.
will step out of the room and she'll handle that.
Sure.
How shattered is the glass?
Pretty shattered.
Okay, it's like incredibly shattered. It's not just broken.
incredibly shattered.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Oof. Finn will kind of prestidigitate it so it's not everywhere. I just kind of
Got it.
like sweep it into a
Sure.
pile.
The old butler does shuffle in, like, I shall handle it, thank you, young man. And we'll begin to.
Seraphim, thank you.
Finn. Sarah Finn, yes. And he will begin doing this. And you will see Mila will say, Mr. Charmer, I thought I'm a bit miffed at how that went, but I suppose it's just the way of such things. And he just smiles. Absolutely. Accidents do happen. I do, of course, apologize, ma'am. And she's a little put out, but doesn't care too bad. Perhaps we should discuss the business that you have for us. Perhaps that will lighten the mood a bit. Indeed. But she will say, I doubt it. It is a bit of tragic business. You see, my ex-husband and I, we are currently going through a rather rocky separation. And there's been a number of points of contention on who shall receive certain things. And he currently has two things in his possession that I would very much love returned to me. By any means necessary. He is fighting this rather cruelly, in my opinion, but I'm having a hard time getting the courts to see it my way. Of course. What are we looking at here, ma'am? What sort of objects has he taken? Some jewelry, some family heirloom? My dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Your dogs.
So Creed would look very disappointed after hearing that.
Yeah.
Like, very disappointed.
Yes, I have two lovely dogs that we had in amongst us for the entirety of our marriage, and he insists on keeping them cruelly away from me. And I assure you, it's not a love thing on his part. He is doing this out of spite. Surely I know it, and I would like to have them returned to me. I would have you venture south, near the Bountiful Islands, to Dorstead Island specifically, and retrieve them from him by whatever means you need to. I am very saddened that it has come to this, but I'm afraid it has. Victor keeps his smile up the entire time, doesn't let anything away. I see. Well, ma'am, I will, of course, have to confer with my associates here. They'd be like the big St. Bernard dogs, Anila. But I don't know that this is necessarily a normal purview, and nor the expenditure you're wishing to expend on us will be worth it too. And she says, I'll pay you 7,000 gold for the safe return. And you hear Charmer say, and we will of course accept. We will return your two dogs with utmost haste and in good health. As to the matter of your husband, if he should prove problematic in this regard, how would you prefer us to handle this? Oh, I of course don't want any harm to come to him. Well, I find him rather dastardly these days, but it would be most unfortunate if he were to suffer any sort of accident. So, a bit of intimidation would be accepted if needed. Otherwise, just return them however you need to. All right. I think we can manage that. We are a fearsome bunch when we need to, and we'll have some more fearsome members still on the ship, not wishing to frighten your ladyship in any way. And that is most appreciated. And Anila, you do eventually get to come back. You probably have like a little bandage for your hand or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear them come back. You come back to them discussing the logistics of returning two dogs. And she'll go into like their size and what to expect.
You definitely get a look from Finn, Anila.
Yeah.
Creed will be just
I think
grinning at how stupid this shit is.
She just blinks a few times, I think, when she's like, she comes back in expecting to hear about, like, I need you to find something at the bottom of the ocean or whatever.
It's two dogs.
I mean, the jokes might be at the bottom of the ocean. We never know.
Oh God.
But
Mm-hmm.
you just.
But yeah, they continue.
Do you mind me?
So,
Do you mind if I excuse myself for a moment? Where's your powder room?
Yeah, she'll kind of motion with one hand over away towards the hallway. That way, then 2 rooms on the right.
Thank you, miss. I go in there and I waste 10 minutes in detect magic.
Detecting magic?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I want to see if this lady is disguised or something, or, just what's around this area.
Sure.
But I do take the 10 minutes to cast that.
Sure. All right. Yeah, you will get that, and when you come back, you will find her necklace is magic, with like an illusion.
Like it's like the necklace is illusioned.
Yeah, it's like it's filled with illusion magic, is what I will say.
Is it active?
Yes, it would be.
Okay.
What the actual illusion is, you don't know, but
Yeah.
um, she will continue this
But it's not
conversation
like
with Charmer
her,
for a
right?
while.
It's not like a disguised self, right?
Um, kinda. You gather it's doing subtle bits of disguise self to her, if that makes sense.
So I was gonna say it would be evident because I would be able to see the illusion itself would be visible to me.
Sure. You know, just show me in our contract is what I'll say.
Okay.
Is it an anti-aging necklace? Is that what it is?
24.
I got it in one, Creed. Yeah, basically, it's making her look a little younger than she is.
Okay.
Anti-aging necklace, nice.
But yeah. Eventually, Creed, not Creed, your Captain Charmer will thank this woman, and you all can leave the dinner party. To which, as you guys get in your carriage and go to leave, with Charmer having accepted this job from this woman, you hear Lori will just say, "So we catch dogs now? Is that what we do?"
Captain, seriously?
Are we really
No,
that
listen.
desperate? We couldn't have just went down to the Bountiful
7,000.
Islands or something? Like what?
7,000 gold
Yeah.
pieces, ladies and
Dang it.
gentlemen. That's
7,000
nothing to
split
turn your...
between like how many crew members? We have like 12 people.
Well, we have, let's see, Bert, Laurie, Sabine, Talon, yourself, Emeka, Creed, and myself.
8.
So
So we're
eight.
not. So Joseph doesn't get a split. Is that what we're
Oh,
saying?
there's Joseph. There's Joseph. He's so quiet and good all the time. I always forget about Joseph. It's rather cruel of me. And so 9.
So
That's
700,
still healthy. Yes.
777 gold, 7 silver, and 7 copper apiece.
An easy amount, an easy way to get that compared to our last job. I think you would agree.
You're making a lot of assumptions that this man doesn't have some sort of security system, or
I
he
don't
hasn't
think
killed the dogs already.
She was
Well.
using illusion magic. She might not be who she says she is.
Even so, I am willing to. To be fair, I don't use illusion magic, but I don't always, I'm not always who I say I am to certain people. As long as the funds are good.
That's why I don't
really
trust you,
care.
Rick. Just got a finger gun.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can trust gold, and as long as she has it to give us, which I gather, looking at that mansion, she does. I think this is an easy task that we should all go for, personally.
Say it's an easy task, but doesn't it seem a little odd that it's $7,000 for 2 dogs?
And did you see that place? I don't think she has any idea what money is.
How much could one banana cost, Creed? 10 gold pieces?
Exactly.
But you could easily say a smaller number and it would have got most people's attention, so that's why I think there's more to it.
I mean, I mean, 7,000 is right for me personally.
If you heard
that seems.
If you heard $2,000 or gold, that would already seem pretty insane for 2 dogs.
I mean, that feels kind of low. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
after hearing 7,000, I agree. But if someone said
Price
2,000,
of a dog, if you think about it, a cherished pet.
3,000, yeah.
3,500 gold is the price of one cherished pet, it would seem. we are getting 7,000. I think that that's more than fair.
Something seems fishy.
Creed, you should not always see shadows where there are none. These are dogs. We are finding dogs. We are taking them aboard ship, and we are bringing them to Westhaven.
Aren't
Is it
they?
bad luck to have dogs on board of ship? I'm pretty sure it's a thing.
And more than that, Captain.
They run right off.
Aren't these dogs bigger than me?
They
I'm-
are potentially quite large, yes, but I think we can handle them.
You said Saint Bernards.
Yeah.
Oh, St. Bernard's, okay.
I'm
Big
pretty
man.
sure that they outweigh
Yeah.
they outweigh my character.
Yeah.
Just to be very clear. On the low end,
And how-
they outweigh my character. Uh,
It sounds too good to be true. That's all I'm saying. If it is
I
actually
think-
what it is, if it is what it is, I would say this is a great deal. But
Look, it's a much easier job than the last one we had. I think we can all agree on that, and we'll do that one fairly easy. If this one is twice as difficult as it sounds, it'll be twice as easy as the last one.
if I die again getting 2 dogs, I'm coming after you if I come back alive.
I think at that point, Creed, you should just like invest in becoming a revenant.
Probably.
I think that would be bad as hell.
Two dogs.
I'm just kind of upset because this is kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, money is
How
money,
come?
but are you sure that this was the only job you could come up with, Captain?
This is the only job that was going to pay our bills that we were going to have over time. Yes. And again, yes, it is a bit.
Why did we come to West Haven? I can't even remember. It's been so long.
Well, I thought I had another job lined up, but it didn't quite. It fell through.
Oh yeah.
Yes, someone beat me to it, but neither here nor there. It's all fair.
Was it Klaus?
No, it wasn't Klaus.
I want to inside check if it was Klaus.
Roll inside check if it was Klaus.
Why is
I have
work
no
so?
idea if it was Klaus.
It was
I
Klaus,
would-
wasn't it?
It was not Klaus.
I would almost inside check it, but it's the fact that we're in different lines of work.
Mhm.
That is.
Why is work so hard to come by in this place?
Because we
Oh,
are.
it's because everything's so damn organized. The Guild of Commerce handles most contracts, and you have to be a member of the Guild of Commerce to be able to engage in such contracts, which means if you want to find anything, you have to find it on the down low bit, and the best places to do that are amongst the noble class or the guilds of thieves that exist, and working with the guilds of thieves in West
Rick.
Haven is
Rick, you are my captain. Can you
Mhm.
promise me something?
maybe.
After we get done this very, very lame job of picking up these dogs, can we go back to somewhere cool like Doveport so we don't have to worry about this?
That's fine. Yes, I'm about.
I will do this job if you promise. I will not, skip ship. I will even go up into the crow's nest. If you promise me, we don't have to do any weird jobs like this anymore. We can go back to Doveport.
You're specifically threatening or promising to do your job if I cave to your demands.
You already know how much that's already a struggle to get him to do this job, right?
No, I'm just trying. I'm trying to make sure this is what he's going for here. I will do my job if you cave to my demands.
It's true.
Yes.
That's true, man. You kind of do need to work better on this.
We'll agree on the note that I wasn't planning on coming back here anyway. So sure, it works out great. Absolutely. We will do this, drop the dogs off, take our money, easy money. Thank you, Captain Charmer, and we will go.
You keep saying easy money. You're going to jinx us.
I bet
Stop
it's
it.
not. I bet they're actually like hellhounds or something.
They are not hellhounds.
I
They
was.
are.
I'm just saying, she was disguising herself. She could have been a succubus, like the one girl back in
Oh yeah, the hag.
what was it, Green Scott or whatever.
Yeah.
The
She would have
hag?
been a. She was a terrible succubus if she was a succubus. She didn't even try once, and
Or
I
she-
would have been
no,
receptive to
she
that
was a
sort of
hag.
thing.
She was a reef hag. Sorry.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
yes,
very
those are much
similar.
worse. Yes, but much worse though. Trust me, much worse.
um, also, it's fine. It's whatever.
We're all in agreement.
Mhm.
I get to be the ship's arcanist. Thank you. Thank you for this
Oh.
job opportunity. I'm thrilled. I am just so blessed beyond measure that you would offer this to me, Brick Charmer. My captain. Oh, my captain.
So you're trying to change titles to a job that we do not have.
But we
We could,
definitely
but could
need
we
it.
have it? We could have it. I'm just saying, innovation, invention. You have to think bigger, Rick.
Mm.
We gotta think big dogs right now.
Big dogs, big job opportunity, big moves.
So how? Yeah, where are you storing these dogs? Since it is
Probably down in the hold. That makes the most sense.
It is true. Having dogs on a
Waivers-
ship is bad luck. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Are we having to use the ship?
I imagine this island that she was talking about that her husband is on.
Oh, well, I
Dorset
wasn't there for
Island.
that part.
Oh yes, you did have to step out. Yes, Dorset Island. It's a bit north of the Bountiful Islands, a smaller place. I've never been, but I have heard of it.
Are we sure this isn't gonna piss off someone else?
Probably the person we're taking the dogs from.
Perhaps yes, perhaps the man whose dogs we will be taking. But really, I mean,
Well, what was the name of the?
Yeah,
the
what was his
husband?
name?
of the noble whose dogs are going to be taken.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me look. I don't think I gave it to you, but I gotta go look.
Yeah, that is important information that we definitely
It is.
need.
I was about to say because I'm also wanting to play the factor as have I heard this name before of any importance?
Sure.
Yeah, Creed, you keep forgetting you have a feature called Knowledge from a Past Life.
I know. I intentionally haven't been using it yet because I have most time it's been pretty decent.
Okay.
Lord Kraus.
Lord Kraus.
Lord Siegfried Kraus.
God,
Okay.
Lord. I already don't like the Lord part.
All right. Well, how about this? There's kind of like an archive at the library that I bought this pass for. It lasts a month. I want to get a little bit more use out of it. Why don't I go look up a little bit about him and kind of
Okay.
get some information? Maybe Creed and Neela, you guys could like look around, maybe ask around about him. I don't know, but I'll look up some public records.
That's the sort of idea.
I mean, he's a noble, right? So like he should have like
It's got
public
lord
records.
in his
Oh
title. He
yes,
should
the
definitely show up.
genealogy. Yes, they'll have something.
All right, cool. See, look, I'm thinking for
Arcanist.
you.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, this
Archivist,
is good.
arcanist.
Archivist. That's what you're going at now, but yeah.
The archivist, arcanist. You know,
Yeah, the only problem is Sabine's kind of an archivist too.
a little bit of. No, she's a
Archivist.
she's a recorder. It's fine. It's different.
Mhm.
Alright.
All right. But yes, you guys do make your way back, and you're gonna try to spend some more days here in West Haven.
We don't have to spend too many days. I just want to look up information
Sure.
while
Why
we are
not?
getting, while we're getting supplies and stuff like that. Like that's gonna be my job.
Okay. Creed, Neela, what about you two?
I'd like to look for some thieves' camp and try to find what she probably already has access to. But
Okay.
Waver's gonna love the fact that we're gonna be saving some dogs. I think he's gonna be so excited.
alright. I want to talk to the underbelly and what they know of. Food.
Sure. Okay. Finn and Creed roll investigation checks different way, but for different things.
Okay.
Shit first.
Investigation. Oh, bitchin'. I want to know everything about him.
Alright, investigation. And I'll actually go ahead and use the knowledge from the past to roll
Sure.
an extra d6.
I would like to know social security number, please.
So 19 for mine.
19. Okay. It's 20.
Credit cards.
Yeah, I'll do Creed's first. The 19. Yeah. The kind of underbelly stuff that you'll get Creed. You know that he manages a number of farms in the Bountiful Islands area. He has a lot of indentured servants in that area, as many do there. And it is believed that some of those he probably purchased their contracts from the Guild of Commerce pretty cheap. There might have been some illicit activity there, but no one really looked too deeply into it. So he probably has a lot of people on this island under his purview that maybe he shouldn't, or it's there's some murkiness there of the legality of it. He has his own large manor there. Probably has some guards, stuff like that. He was married to Lady Mila, very briefly. They were married for less than a year.
And how many times has he remarried?
He has been married 4 times.
Have each one died under mysterious circumstances?
No, they all leave him very quickly.
I cannot imagine why.
Okay. And then, has anyone in the underbelly tried to, steal from his manor or anything like that they know of?
No, because it's kind of out of the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he was big enough title for.
He's not. He's not. He makes decent money for a lord, but it's like if you're gonna go rob a lord, just go up into West Haven's like upper district. Don't sail all the way here to rob this one guy. So no.
Okay.
You will learn that a lot of smuggling operations that go that way, though, seem to have stopped in recent weeks.
Recent weeks.
Mhm.
Okay.
Finn, you learn, this guy is a proper noble. You learn his genealogy all the way down. He's proper Lord of West Haven. Was given his title to rule that area by the Governor Price, who runs West Haven. You will learn that he has a lot of contacts in the Guild of Commerce, and there's probably the Guild of Commerce actually pushed for him to get that title from the governor. You
Oh,
will
my family's with the West Indian Trading Company.
Indeed. You see where he's been married 4 times, and each time his wife filed for the separation over the in less than a year each time. With the latest being Lady Mila. You will see that he likewise he owns is in charge of a small island, this Delorstead Island. There are other nobles on the island as well, but he's kind of the primary.
Mm-hmm.
You will learn that he has family members here in West Haven that are still still hang out here. So his parents are still here.
Does he have any sons or daughters?
Yes, he does. He has 2 sons with the second wife. both of which stayed with him.
Okay. Where it mentions all these wives,
Mhm.
if I look into them, am I able to like find where they're residing?
Yes, you could. One's here in West Haven. That's Lady Mila. One of them is a daughter of one of the other lords of the Bountiful Islands. Actually, probably two of them are. And one of them was from Devport.
Okay. What are the sons' names?
Hold on. Yep. One's name is Otto, and the other's name is Manfred.
Okay. So Creed found out that he has all of these indentured servants. Some may be, legal, others are not. Is there a register?
Is there a register? Yes, but that is held by the Guild of Commerce. That's not something you can access.
Okay. That's probably what his sons are. It's probably the dogs.
Polymorphed.
Derek's upset we figured out his plan already.
The second wife.
For the second one.
Let's see. Is there anything else I kind of find out?
Yes. Give me 1 second though. I gotta figure out exactly what. You wouldn't have
Net
access to
20,
that.
baby.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out what I could give you because you wouldn't have access to this. You will probably learn that the West Haven has sent out some like requests for extradition on behalf of these dogs already. Like these would be like official things from like not the governor, but like his under ministers.
Yeah.
And have received no response from the island.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I will report all of this back. I'll report all these findings to my Captain Charmer.
Sure. Absolutely.
I do have one more thing to add on my little talking to the underbelly.
Yes.
Have they seen a woman with tattoos all over her chest and face with white hair? That seemed a little odd around here.
Well, D100. We'll see.
$95.
No, but there is an individual who has asked that question.
Okay.
Who's around this area? You'll learn that he is like a doctor who kind of works for the Undercity a bit, by the name of Leon Kraus, who was asking that question before, or has mentioned that person before.
Any relationship to Siegfried?
In relation to Siegfried?
Yeah, the guy that we're
Siegfried
looking for, Kraus.
Ah, no, that was an accident. So,
like
no
we're all
relation.
named Kraus. What the hell?
Surprisingly, no relation.
Where would
but
I?
I'm not changing his name. We're keeping it.
So, would I be able to figure out where he is nearby, like where he likes to stay?
Yes, you can. You will find that he has a small little, I guess, medical center set up. It's not advertised as such.
In West Haven.
This is in West Haven. It is not under the Guild of Commerce. It also looks more like just a house.
Alright.
But as you will enter, you will see that there are a few people kind of waiting around in here. Other figures who are a bit shady looking, who kind of gaze at you as you enter with suspicion. But you yourself don't look super on the up and up, so not like, more just wariness.
Yeah.
And there is a young man who comes to greet you. Looks like this. I am Dr. Cross. Have you been hurt? Where so, if you have?
I've actually been hit. I have a wound on my chest that I need to have checked out, but
All right.
also would kind of. Do you have anywhere a little bit more private?
Moment persuasion check.
Oh God, charisma, my greatest thing ever.
Just quiet. Oh God. Yeah, he accepts it. He's like, yeah, people here would like to keep their privacy, so that makes sense. Come in, and he will move you by some of the others who are look like they've already been bandaged up and cared for. Roll me a history check, if you would, as well, as you begin to like wander into his back area. Okay. You see some of the same iconography and like images that you see like Sabine have kind of posted up in her room.
Okay, so I'm getting Lamortia vibes.
You are getting Lamortia vibes, and you also do remember you have a contact here. Eventually, you're supposed to meet.
Yeah. Okay.
And you may have accidentally done it. As he kind of looks at you. Okay, you have an injury in your chest. Talking a bullet wound or a stab.
I think you actually might know more of how this works, and I'll still show the stitch work on my chest.
Do you?
Yeah, I will, just because I think that will kind of click a little bit more now.
I see.
I didn't realize you were someone that I would be looking for later, but I think you're trying to search for the same person I am, and I heard you've been asking about it. I didn't know if you had any information on Elise, per se.
I have been looking for Elise, yes. He kind of debates. Like you see him kind of think for a moment. Are there others in your group? I've met a few of Mardenheim's creations here, but not one in some time. Did she send you in a pack this time?
No, I'm a lone one.
I see.
I haven't met another one of me, per se.
There's a few.
I figured.
Elise's location is not known to me. I have been looking, but I have not seen.
I figured otherwise my job wouldn't be to do this. I just didn't know if maybe you have heard of sightings or areas.
I know that she is doing her best not to be found.
Which is fair. Do you have more information on this woman? Because I was just given a description and pretty much said go look. Like more of how she acts, who she hangs with, her as a personality.
At least from what I understand, does not really hang with anyone. She wanders and hides.
Is she going to be hostile to me for the reason I am looking for her.
Likely so, yes. She does not wish to return to Mortenheim. At least from what I have gathered. I have yet to talk with her, specifically. But I will give you the same advice that I gave your compatriots. Mordenheim is not going to leave the Mordia to come and get you here. She sent you out with the task, hoping that maybe you will complete it for her, but you are not bound to do so. I would let this go. Continue your life. In whatever state it is now for you.
I appreciate that.
Mordenheim does not care about you.
Oh,
She's not-
I caught that pretty quickly. Don't worry. But there's paths that I don't know, like, at all. And she said she could help me figure it out if I was to be able to complete this specifically.
And she might, but I would leave the past in the past and move forward. I think it'll be more productive for you. Would be my advice to you.
Then she asked, so what would her not I'm not threatening it by any means, but does she know that you said
Did I feel this way? Likely not. I've not spoken with her in some time.
is there a reason why your attitude has swapped to this? I'm not sure if it started one way, but I would assume for her to tell me to look for you, you would have been on the same page as her for a while.
Well, persuasion check.
Yay, my greatest thing. Persuasion. Yeah, I'm not even gonna do the freaking thing. It's gonna suck anyway.
Sure. My reasons are my own. Needless to say, I know Dr. Mordenheim better than most, and it is my belief that whatever your prior association with her, you should leave it in the past.
I get what you're saying, and I honestly, it is kind of. So, I get what you're saying. I will not go way out of my way to get myself killed again. Kind of looks around a little bit on that one. But say I were to find her, would you still be the person to contact, or should I?
If you find Elise, I would like to know.
Is your intentions with her the same?
I doubt it. But
I mean,
I would like to meet her.
at this point, same. That's probably the only reason why I'll still look for her.
I
If she's so important to Mordenheim, I'm kind of feel like I need to meet her, even if I don't plan on returning her.
I am not convinced that Mordenheim does not put that desire in you. At some point. If I were you, I would resist it. But if you cannot, then I understand. From what I gather, though, she is a soul that does not wish to be found. I am content to leave her that way unless she wishes to appear to me.
Like I said, I'd just like to talk to her at least. Maybe not even try to bring her back. If she has her reason, I'd like to know her reason why. Her reason's logical enough. I don't see why I should send her back. Well, besides that, I want to know my past. That's the biggest thing. But
I'll tell you this.
I feel like I could find it other ways.
Elise was Mordenheim's greatest version of you, of the Reborn. She's not been able to replicate it.
This is the greatest one. Why is it? I guess it is the reason why she can't find her. Never mind.
It's something, it's a part of her.
Are you able to replicate what she does, even if I
No.
understand that she is the greatest of it? But
Am I able to replicate what she does? As in make you?
yes.
I have not attempted. It's not something I wish to do.
You wouldn't want to try that?
No. It's
How many of me are out here from
in the tide, hard to say. I have met about 4 of you. But I imagine there are many more that I have not met.
Well, I don't need to waste your time anymore. Thank you for the information.
You have not wasted it. It is always interesting to meet one of you. I did not get your name, though.
Creed.
Creed. Well, Creed, consider what I've said. Try to move on with your life is what I would recommend to you. Whatever happened in the past, leave it lay.
He'll nod. Then get up to walk out.
Sure. And you do. Not the encounter you expect to have with this contact by any means, but yeah. You met Leon Krauss. The other Krauss.
This one seems
It's like-
cooler.
A bunch of Germans got pulled into this realm.
No!
You
A
really
little bit.
did.
It really did.
They did.
Mordenheim, Kraus. Wow.
I mean,
Wait
it's
to be
before,
as
yeah.
Siegfried.
Yeah.
Waiting to be as like pretty much a zombie. It's just wait for the hellhounds to hear catch me or fetch me their souls, and I'm like, oh fuck,
So,
I'm one of
my
them.
headset just died. So,
What round
I
am
suppose,
from?
you know, let's take a 5-minute break while I get that working.
Okay,
So what's that?
Sounds good.
he can't hear us, but it's okay. Well, that was definitely not what I was expecting. Nothing like being like, here's your contact. Yeah, don't do your job.
It's like you're literally free here. Don't fucking do it.
I was outside of my character. That makes sense. But yeah, alright, I got my restroom.
Okay, cut it up. How's everyone doing so far?
Pretty good.
Good, good.
Dang it, I just realized I should have asked if I would blow up if it did happen.
You'll never know.
And then you'll blow up.
Oh, Derek.
Yeah.
There's one other thing I was wondering if I could look up.
Sure.
Just, in the 8 days, how to leave this plane.
Like the Domains of Dread?
Yeah, like
Or-
how to get out of here. I
Oh,
feel like
cool.
that's
Gotcha.
probably pretty high on his list.
That's the neat. I would say, like, the Domains of Dread themselves, like, there's no known way to just leave. Like, that's what he would be, like, finding. If he's looking for that. The Domains of Dread are home.
Researching something that does
I
not
hate
exist.
that.
Well, good for me. I made a character from the Dread or the Tides, and he's staying at the
Mhm.
Tides.
But yeah, you can start trying to find something on that. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ready?
Yep.
But for a bit longer here.
I'm ready.
Cool. So yeah. Is there anything more you guys wish to do in the ever boring town of West Haven?
No, by the time we're getting ready to leave, Anila is crawling up the walls.
Yeah. Okay,
I
yeah.
imagine when Finn isn't in the library, he is drinking with Talon and probably
Sure,
Lori
absolutely.
too.
Yeah, I imagine the three of you hang out a lot. I'll say this: Sabine looks restored in this place. She looks like she's getting an energy back. Has a pep in her step. She's actually doing quite well here.
So weird.
I look at Lori and I'm just like, I take it back. I don't want to be her friend. No, I mean, I think like Finn's happy for it too. He's happy for this little bit of civilization.
Sure. Absolutely. It is like an actual, genuine, calm place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the calmness will end as you all head south to Dorstead Island.
Oh,
As
thank
you guys
God.
head,
She's just
Yeah.
like, ugh. There's only so many drinking nights before you're just like, you need something else to do.
Have you tried drinking something else?
Have you tried swimming?
Yeah, swimming's pretty good.
I wouldn't mind trying swimming. Just not on a moving ship.
Well, this is before the ship thing.
Well, not
Now
right
that we're on the
now.
ship, it doesn't matter now. We're just giving you ideas for the next time we're held up for a week.
Yeah, swimming's pretty fun.
I can hold my breath longer than you guys, I bet.
No.
No, I don't think so, actually.
We can test that one day.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think he understands what it means to be a mer person or an air genasi.
Oh, he wasn't there. He doesn't know that he's a mer person.
Okay.
Sure. So you guys head out.
But fun part is I'm undead.
We all can just sit there. We'll just be
Literally
sitting on the
all of
bottom.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what this music is. I like this one. This work.
God, I hate this music,
Time
but I also
passes.
love it.
I love this music.
Wait, I'm not here.
You head out and make your way to the Lorstead Island. A relatively safe trip. You pass by a number of ships coming and going. Most of them either having the naval crest of the military of the United Coasts, or even more frequently, perhaps the symbols of the Guild of Commerce flying underneath. It is a very regulated area, very well organized, and you get the feel for the coasts. But eventually, over the course of probably about a week, the Lorstead Island comes into view. And it's a very plain looking landscape as you kind of eye it from a distance. Finn, you getting the first view from the crow's nest. You see honestly a lot of fields. You see many people in these fields, a mixture of humans and probably a lot of probably a lot of UNT actually.
Not these bastards again.
But just kind of working in these fields. You see one one medium-sized town, I will say, that is just along the edge of the coast. You also see scattered throughout the island a number of mansions. It's kind of like a smaller, much smaller version of West Haven, where you've got general population, noble homes, right? The noble homes being surrounded by these vast fields. You also see that there are currently two boats. By boats, I mean two ships that are docked here. There are a number of small fishing boats as well that are just out and about around the island. But it looks fairly normal.
And nobody is like interrogating us about why we're here.
No, yeah,
Do we
you're
have a
quite
good
right.
do we have a good excuse as to why we're here?
Yeah, to get dogs.
No, the one we can actually tell them. I asked the captain,
Yeah,
did you
Captain.
bother to come up with a real reason, or at least a cover reason for us to be
Of
here?
course, a business proposition for one of the nobles.
Which one?
Why, the ever so gracious lord that we need to go talk to.
And
Why do
what?
we have to go talk to him?
Well, I think what he's getting at, Creed, is that we're going to go talk to this Friedrich?
Yeah, but yeah.
Lord Kraus, and
Correct.
there's a dumb reason for it.
What I was waiting for was the reason.
His
Yeah.
name's Siegfried.
Yes.
So what line of bullshit are you going to feed him?
Oh, well, to get in the door, a line about being able to move cargo for him. Of course, the cargo that we're actually going to be moving for him, he might be a bit reluctant to do. But I am certain that with the aid of our good friend Bert, we will have no issue in convincing him. He kind of claps Bert on the shoulder, who just yeah, I'll try to be friendly. No, Bert. No, the opposite. The opposite of friendly. We want him to try to keep you happy at all times. I'm feeling pretty happy.
Bert, I'm pretty sure that no matter what you do, he's going to love you.
And that's usually the goal. And you see,
You're gonna do great.
yeah, you see Charles shake his head. No, Bert. Angry. We're looking for angry on this one.
Okay, then he's gonna be like super scared of you. You're gonna do amazing.
He might
Whatever
take
you
the
put
ending of your books.
Do you think he has some books there?
He'll probably spoil them all for you, though. He seems that type of asshole.
That would be very unkind. We would have a problem.
Make you mad, wouldn't it?
It would.
Just think that
And,
he's gonna do that already.
And you see Charmer like, good, keep that energy. Keep that in your heart. And wear it on your face. And Bert will nod. A bit confused, but will accept it.
You got it, buddy. Believe in you.
What's her name? Sabine kind of looks over the island. Quite an interesting place. I wonder who the other two ships are. I wonder if she's hired anyone else to retrieve her dogs as well. Perhaps we're
I was about to say, I hope they're not here for the dogs.
going to be. Could this be like a 3-ship war captain? Are we going to be fighting the other two for a couple of dogs?
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not fighting for any dogs. If they want the dogs, they can take the dogs.
No dog fight?
For once, we are in agreement. And EC Charmer's like, no. I'm certain it's not the dogs.
What flags are they flying?
Yeah,
Yeah, a good question. So one of them flying a flag that you don't recognize. It seems to be like an individual thing. The other, I'm gonna double check.
It's not from the Tormented Tides, is it?
It is from the Tormented Tides.
I have just spent I have spent 8 days learning about the Tormented Tides. Can I do a history thing?
Yeah, I'll do a history check. It's kind of like an individual flag to them.
Yeah. I'd still like to do it, you know?
Yeah, sure. That's fair. It's again not a flag that immediately comes up. It like wasn't like in the list of like these are what you'll normally see in the United Coast. These are what you see in the domain. It seems to be its own thing. The other one is of the Royal Navy, though.
Is it what?
The Royal Navy of the United Coasts.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Talon, you need to hide.
Yeah.
Eric. Eric is what my name is. And I won't
Eric.
need to hide as long as I'm Eric and not Talon.
All right, Eric.
To
My
anyone.
bad, Eric.
Thank you.
Can you change his name on his sheet to be Talon/Eric so I
Yes.
don't forget?
He will inform you that Talon wasn't his first name either. He's kind of used to this game. He's actually pretty good at it.
I feel lied to. I feel betrayed.
Welcome to the Tides.
Talon's my personal name for you guys, right? Like that's how you know me. That's what I am to you guys. Eric's the fake name.
So why can't we say it then? Huh?
Well, because we need the fake name, my friend.
All right. So should I get a fake name?
Are you wanted?
Probably. I don't know where.
Then feel free.
What is
I
it?
guess.
No.
You kind of look like a Gregory Creed. Like I could get down with calling you Gregory.
What if I was Talon, huh?
Then
No.
somebody from the United
That makes
Coast.
it weird. I don't like that.
Or we get real creative and call myself Greed instead of Creed.
Greed
Oh,
Creed.
look at that.
Right.
Greed the pirate. It's,
Yeah. Right?
Wow.
No.
Came up with that one all by yourself.
Yeah, Sabine just kind of looks at you. So you chose to make it rhyme.
No, that was an idea from Bert.
Percy sits there like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, I heard you give you that nickname before.
I actually
Yes.
thought it was Yosef.
The Yosef kind of looks at you. I didn't come up with that one, so I thought it was really clever.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell. If it was very clever, it probably wasn't you.
Dang.
Kind of just looks at you a bit. Yeah, I mean that's not the sort of thing I come up with pretty normally.
Um,
Don't worry, Yosef. You're very clever in your own ways.
I'm like, Finn is going to murder you.
no, I mean, he just agreed with me that
Yeah.
he wasn't smart. So I mean, it's fine.
That's not my normal, brand of thinking. That's not what I normally do.
Yeah.
But you guys can approach the island.
Cool.
And you are able to dock. There is a naval guard who will come up and ask, what's your business here? And Captain Charmer will say, I've got a business proposition for a one Siegfried Kraus, a noble, I believe, on this island. And he kind of looks at him. You trying to sell him more stuff, or what are you doing? No, more offloading things was the plan. If he had a need for such services. And this guard just kind of stares at him. Right. Well, if you've got an appointment with him, welcome to the island. Otherwise, you're probably going to have a hard time getting a hold of him. Either way, don't cause any trouble while you're here. Or else you'll have to deal with us. And I'd rather avoid that. And Charmer just, waves his hands like, there will be no trouble from us, my friend. Absolutely none. Right. And this guard just kind of got like a deadpan, just tone, face to him. Well, then enjoy your stay. And Charmer just kind of turns to you all. That was a rather friendly fellow.
Do you think he keeps? Do you think that he keeps these dogs as like pets, or do you think he keeps them in like kennels?
Oh, let's assume kennels. It makes us, it lends to the idea of righteousness that we're going for here.
It could also be the dogs that get stuck on people that he commands.
It's hard to know.
That seems very noble. Like, just stick the dogs on them when someone runs.
Good. Well, that would make life easy. You could stick them on us, and we've got the dogs, and then we run.
Yeah, exactly. So go piss off the Lord and come running back to our ship.
On it.
Or
I turn invisible.
Yeah.
Or we could try something a little more. I'm gonna prepare calm emotions. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Sure. But you guys head into the town?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Delorstead, the town, seems very rundown. There's, like I said, there's a large amount of like farming homes all throughout the village. The deeper you head in, population's a mixture of indentured workers, some local merchants, nothing super fancy, and then there's the noble homes in the distance. I will say you won't be able to see the Lord immediately. You'll probably have to find an inn to stay at, if there is one in this town. Or you imagine there probably is. You also see a fair amount of like actual navy here, probably from that ship. Just kind of wandering the towns. You also see they are fairly tense, as there's another crew here that look really piratey, I guess is a good way to put it. Just their general outfits are those of mercenaries and of cutthroats. You're familiar with the type. And honestly, them seeing Newell doesn't make them feel any better either, as they are suspicious of your crew. But I should go to look for an inn. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, quick, while he's gone.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I was going to say next.
Oh.
It was just...
What if they're here for the cats? We're here for the dogs.
I think they're...
Gosh, I hope so.
I don't know. We could just be like, hey, what are you here for?
Well, it's stopping.
The very straightforward route.
I mean, they're most likely going to the end too. So we'll just talk to a couple. Like, hey, what brings you guys here? I don't talk well, so it's not me.
I am certainly not charismatic. Do we have a charisma character?
We do. He's on the ship right now.
The paladin.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm the more figure out if you're lying type of person, not the talky type of person.
I got a 2 in persuasion.
I got it.
I got a 2 in deception.
I have a 2 in deception.
Persuasion. I have a 3 in persuasion.
There you go. You now became the voice.
Yeah, look.
No!
Congratulations. You're
You have become the
you're the
voice.
face.
No! Help!
The only thing I have going for me, and I can only do it twice a day, is a D6 extra.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember where I wrote down this background.
To be fair, if I ever try to insight someone to see if they're lying, I can't roll less than a 14.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so...
Here for deceit.
I was like, where did I get this deception proficiency from my background?
Aww. Oh wait, no. That's...
No, but I am looking forward to that quote-unquote contest where we all just kind of stare at each other underwater for hours.
I know. I just
Finn
imagine it's like go down there and they're like, okay, Creed's gonna be the one that fails first, and it's like, oh wait, he's dead.
Finn just actively breathing. Like,
That would be the thing though, is like you guys would have breathing that way, and I would just never do it.
I just don't have to breathe. I have
can
unending breath.
Well, you can hold your breath indefinitely. I don't have to breathe in general. Like I can breathe in the water and it's not gonna hurt me.
It'll be really weird when you try to talk, though. You'll have to press it
well,
all out.
Not to mention getting back out of the water. You can't be like in deep sea, otherwise I gotta walk back to the shop or get pulled up.
I've had to do that before in another character because I was playing a damn fear, and they don't have to breathe. But the DM ruled like you're just gonna sink to the bottom. Fine.
It's one of those things that I feel like it depends on you intentionally hold your breath, like it's a reborn, because it's still air.
yeah, you're so
Yeah.
filled with air.
And you're not using it and converting it into CO2, so it would float. It's just if you let it out. That's the great part. I don't have to eat either. Theoretically, I don't have to sleep either, but I think I'm still technically exhausted. Eat, drink, breathe. What you doing, dog? What? You need a bath.
Why are you both yelling at me? Your food bowls still have food in them.
Exactly what I was pretty much about to say to my dog. being like real nosy, and I'm like, you got food, water. I'll let you out right before the session started. I guess it has been a few hours now, but you haven't even eaten or drinking since then. Got a little hair on your nose.
Zippy.
Just sitting here wagging her tail at me.
Please
Why
tell her I love her.
I stood up to take something
Leah
to the
loves you.
kitchen, and they're both immediately. "Meow, meow, meow."
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So, is everyone still here? Just making
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Cool.
We've determined the other crew's here for the cats.
Good. You figured it out. So, yeah, as you go through this town and go looking for the inn here, the locals eye you fairly suspiciously and fairly warily. And like I said, it's a mixture of like fishers, farmers. That's the majority of the people here, honestly. You eventually will find the inn. It is owned by. Let me find her. I'll post her name just because I don't have her fully in the game yet. This woman right here.
Aw, I
Yeah,
love her. She's got
She
two different
will-
colored eyes.
she does. She welcomes you in, saying, "This is another crew. I think we'll probably have room, and you might have to bunk a couple of you up together if we're going to make it work. I don't know if any of you are planning on staying on your ship during your stay here, but it's going to be, we're going to be a bit full."
We won't be of any trouble.
We appreciate it. Can I ask how long you're planning on being here?
I look
No
at the
idea.
captain.
She accepts your answer. Well, we, of course, welcome you to Delestead. And hope you enjoy your stay here. Those of you here, roll me perception checks if you would.
Of course. Wow. Okay.
Okay. She is very friendly, smiling at you. A lot of the other patrons here are not doing so, like the locals. They give you kind of wary looks. And even she looks like she has bags under her eyes. She looks tired. And yeah, there's just a general tension in this inn overall. It's not just the locals. There are, like I said, the other mercs, some off-duty guards. There's just a general tension in this place.
Does she seem sick or just tired?
Insight check. That's what I'm gonna say. Or medicine.
They're the same, but let's use my medical
Hey.
training.
Okay. Suffering from an extreme lack of sleep.
I will. Do you have any help around here?
No, it's just me, man.
She nods for now.
Sure.
Like I said, we won't be of any trouble.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We should have some food ready in a few hours. If you want to stick around for that and come back in a bit, I'll try to have that all ready. Creed.
Yeah.
As you were up, like in this inn, talking, listening to this woman talk,
Yeah.
you feel a hand poke you in the back.
is it like low or high?
Look,
Okay.
like lower back, because you're tall.
Slowly turn around.
You see this guy
Oh God.
Oh, boy. Hello,
who
sir.
you with them mercs.
The ones that are still out there?
Yeah.
No.
Who are you?
I could say the same to you, but I'm Creed.
He nods. You don't need to know my name. You just need to know that I'm from here, and you're not. And I want to know what all of you are doing here for so long.
We
just
just
got
got
here.
here. Jinx.
Yeah, he both just like, we just got here. And he squints his eyes. We don't get guests like this. And you know, that last group said that they were only going to be here for a little bit too, but they're still here.
Really?
What are they
Why
here
don't
for?
you like the tourism? We should boost your economy.
We don't need no economy boosted. We're doing fine.
I mean, why are like people like digging up your farm or something? Like, what's the issue?
No one's. You can see
Like
kind of
sitting in your fields? Like, what
no
is
one's
going
in the
on?
fields, all right. We just.
What's your issue with the other mercs?
I don't know. They're causing problems.
Like how?
Kind of. He struggles to find the words, honestly. Ever since they got here, things gotten weird. Everyone's real tense. No one's sleeping well. They brought bad shit with them.
What kind of bad shit?
I don't know.
Would you mind if I tried something on you?
Oh boy.
It'll take 10 minutes.
What are you doing?
A bit of magic, I know.
Nah. He backs up a bit.
It's holy
I don't need any
magic.
of that.
It's holy magic.
I don't need any of that. What I need is to know what your business here is and when you're leaving.
Do you know where like we're looking for like the kennels?
The what?
The kennels.
Where they
Yeah,
keep
the kennels.
animals,
Uh,
dogs, cats.
yeah. I mean, there's a few different ones. What do you?
Well, can you tell me where they all are?
I can tell you where some are, but why?
Yeah, sure.
No, but
I
why?
just really like dogs, and we're gonna be here waiting for a minute. I miss my own dog.
Seems to resonate with him just a bit. He nods. And I'll say, yeah. There's a couple different ones. And I'll kind of point them out. Most of the nobles got their own, but there's some ones here in town as well. And he'll kind of give you the location to a few different ones.
Cool. I take note of that. I will triangulate it with wherever the heck Siegfried's house is.
he doesn't like these strangers, but the love of dogs is universal.
Yeah.
And so he gets this. And yeah, you're able to kind of do that a bit. You gather Siegfried has his own.
Is there any you said that the people, the other mercs, they've been doing weird stuff at night, you can't sleep, right?
Right. We all know that's what's doing it.
What have they been doing anything else? Like, are they just going about their business, or are they being shifty? Do you see someone
They're
like
being shifty. They're being real shifty.
how so?
Like they wander around at night. They don't sleep at normal hours.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. You guys sleep at night, right? Like not normal people.
Yeah, mostly. It's a lot easier to fall asleep when it's dark out.
He nods. He nods in understanding and agreement.
Yeah, me and this farmer have a connection.
Indeed.
Are you saying the mercs out there don't sleep at night?
Some of them don't know. They're wandering around like they're looking for something.
When did they get here?
A few weeks ago.
A few weeks. Have you been able to sleep?
Nah, but I just think it's me worrying about what they're doing.
Have you asked them what they're doing?
Yeah, but they're all, they say things like, that's not my business. Well, it is. This is my home.
Yeah,
It is my business.
everything
What's
around
your
here
name?
should be your business.
Exactly. He debates.
My name's Finn. My name you can call me Finn.
All right, Neil. You can call me Neil.
Nice to meet you, Neil. All right. I'll take note of that. He says out loud.
Noted.
Yeah, that's really weird, Neil.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Keep your eyes open if you see weird. From one dog lover to another. Just let me know. We're on the. Oh gosh, we're on the dashing gaze.
Yeah, you're on the third one.
Yeah.
All right. Keep an eye on them. Don't trust any of those mercs.
Will do.
So I will have gone up to while Neil is showing Finn around, I will have gone up to one of our rooms and ritually cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Sure.
And for the next 10 minutes, I'm just gonna walk around.
Sure, for like poison and disease. Okay.
Just to see if this is a poison or a disease. And it's a 30-foot radius from me, and it lasts up to 10 minutes. So I'll go get something from the innkeeper here, since she said she was tired, and I'm just gonna try and pinpoint what may be going on.
Sounds good.
So I don't get anything.
As you look around, there's only one cup that I think would have anything that identifies as poisonous. You can see there's a woman who, in the bar, she sits with. Honestly, she probably sits alone. She doesn't sit with any of the mercs or anything like that. But she sits near them, who has a cup that seems to have something that's triggering your detect poison and disease that she is currently just sipping on.
What does this woman look like?
Hold on.
Oh boy.
He has a picture. Oh no.
Yeah, that's
I do. But for now, I will just say longer black hair that goes just a bit past the shoulders. A kind of a pinkish, nice hat. I'll show you a picture. Hold on. I know I have it in here. Where are you, my lady? I'll find her eventually. If not, I'll just make her a new token. And then find it immediately.
that worked, right?
Gets the token ready, finds it.
Alright, make me a new token. Hold on. I'm just gonna make it a handout so I can eventually just get rid of it again. We're just gonna call her Mysterious Woman for now. Yeah, ignore the backgrounds of this, but this woman.
Oh yeah,
the
totally
background.
should ignore the background on this one. Sure.
Sure.
Or the Kraken.
Um, but okay, so before I do what I'm gonna do next, the innkeeper doesn't have any poison or disease in her, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Mind if I take a seat?
All means. I was
I
getting a little bit lonely anyway.
She takes her seat. She's probably drinking some water right now.
Sure.
Are you? What are you drinking?
A little bit of stuff from home.
Anyone get a chance to tamper with it?
I think so.
Are you
I
sure?
usually keep it pretty close. She knows.
She'll lower her voice, just kind of lean in a little bit. I don't want to pry, but I have a way to identify certain things, if they're poisoned or not, and in a sea of alcohol, your cup is. So again, I ask you, has it been tampered with?
She I always go a bit wider, and she say, "That's a useful trick." But no, no one's touched my drink. I don't think.
Are you Does she take another drink?
Yeah, she doesn't look that bothered by it.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
I appreciate it. And I don't mean to pry. Who are you?
My name's Anila.
Anila. Just and when she says that, she says your name with that, Anila. It just makes you shiver just a little bit. You don't know why. But just a cold chill that goes up the back of your spine.
Well, if there's no problem here, I will take my leave.
None with me. Problem here, though. I mean, I guess that depends on your definition of here. Do you mean this table? Do you mean this place? Because they're not the same. This table has no problems.
From
He
what
just
I
gives you a half smile.
Yeah, from what I understand, many of the island folk are not happy with these last batch of mercenaries.
No.
What do you know about them?
I know that they're here looking for something. Like the guards are, like... Well, I don't know if this has made the rounds yet. I don't want to frighten people. But I heard that one of Captain Hayes' crew is here.
And they're looking for them?
They're not looking for that person, no. But whatever they're looking for, they're all looking for the same thing. And they're all waiting for the other to make a move.
What are you waiting for?
One of them to make a move.
And what do you get out of it?
An entertaining evening.
And why is it affecting the villagers?
Why is what affecting the villagers?
Whatever is going on.
Oh. I don't know.
Does she know?
Insight check.
Game only if I was there. Huh? Oh, yeah, there you go.
23.
Pretty good, pretty good. Hold on. Let's see. She's about the same. 127.
Good job.
Nice.
Alright. Yeah.
There you go.
She's got some idea. Yeah, she has some idea. But she'll just say, I imagine there's a lot of tension in this place. Lots of tension draws the attention of interesting people and things. My name's Sarah Everstar, by the way. I suppose my hobby is I enjoy parties.
The violent kind?
Just a party. Any kind, really. Celebrations, festivities, entertainment. Should have settles on the last one. Entertainment.
Are you the are you the type to get easily bored?
I mean, no more than anyone else, I don't think.
Well, I hope that those who have nothing to do with the ruckus get caught up in it unnecessarily.
Everyone could use some excitement in their lives, you know?
Some find different things exciting. Not everybody needs a ruckus to be excited.
Yeah, I suppose people who get excited at like the small things have never really been that excited or experienced any big thing, I don't feel like. Have you ever had your adrenaline really pumping?
Oh yes.
Nothing quite like that.
Thinks back to watching Creed die and
Sure,
having to like face it. She doesn't say it, but it's very much like, uh-huh.
sure. You know, as you think back to that, you see your eyes kind of spark a bit. You know, yeah.
I don't know if thrilling is the word I would use for that situation, but I take your point, I suppose.
It's memorable.
I certainly will never forget it.
She nods. I'm hoping we'll have a party here fairly soon. I hope you attend.
I have a feeling I'm not going to have a choice, so. She shrugs. Are they. Are the mercenaries the cause of this sleeping sickness, or is it the guards? Or is it something else?
I don't think it's fair to blame any one person or thing for what's happening here. I think it just does a disservice to the others, you know? Everyone's got a part to play. They've got a part.
She nods. I don't think she really has much more to say unless this woman wants to ask her questions. She'll probably be very polite as she takes her leave.
I don't think so. She will ask, like, you came on the third ship, yeah? The
Aye.
new one? What are you guys doing here? How do you play into the party?
My harebrained captain wants to offer one of the nobles here, a deal or a
A
job.
deal?
He's trying to drum up work. We couldn't find anything.
Uh, hmm. I bet there's a lot of people that would hire you here.
For
It might
what?
be a bit, she kind of just debates before just saying, well, there's a lot of people here who don't like another group of people here. And I bet they would pay outsiders to get rid of one of the groups.
She makes that like, huh, interesting face, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to bring it up to him.
I would. That could be what starts the party. That could be it.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, Sarah Everstar.
You too. You too. Anila, I will not forget your name.
Internal monologue. That was what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Fair eve to you.
You as well. Pleasant dreams.
I do not like that she had to put that out there. God damn it.
All right.
I probably would not follow the group around while they're talking to Neil here. Is there a way I could try and put together like a sleeping potion?
Sure.
Or
Yeah, like a little sleeping draught. Yeah, I would allow that. Maybe a check with your kit if you would.
sure. Wisdom?
Yeah. You could do that.
16.
You could do that.
At a quiet point, at some point this evening, I'll kind of hand it off to the innkeeper and say, this might help you sleep a bit. It's not good to go so long without a good night's sleep.
She takes it. I appreciate it. You know, work keeps you busy, and it's just sleep's coming hard these days, you know.
Try the potion tonight when you lay down. Tell me if it works. I can make more if need be.
I get appreciatively. She'll see if it works.
I think that she'll at that she'll probably wander out to try and calmly walk around to try and find her crew because she's got a lot to tell them.
Sure. The crew, after you go around, you talk to Neil and look at some of these things, you can all reconvene, I will say. Charmer will tell you that I have scheduled a meeting with our good lord here. It is going to be, hopefully, in the next few days. He's apparently fairly busy, which makes no sense for this island. But perhaps he just doesn't want guests for a few days. I get that. You know, sometimes you want some time to yourself.
Charmer.
Yes.
We're supposed to be pirates, right? Like that's our
Right.
thing.
Yes.
Can we just steal the dogs and leave?
We could. We certainly could. However,
we should.
However, I don't know how many guards he has. And it is my thought that it would be
I got
best.
this friend.
Mhm.
I got this friend. I think he's really gonna help us out.
Is it
What
the crab?
friend have you acquired?
His name is Neil.
Neil.
Yeah.
What is Neil's skill set?
He's really good at poking people in the back and showing us where the kennels are.
The latter is useful. Well, if the dogs are in the kennel, perhaps.
No, Rick does not get to hang out with my crab. My crab is so cool.
I think Anila would say, I have a few tidbits to share with you, although I'd prefer to do it on the ship.
Certainly. Perhaps we all head back to the ship for the evening and talk this through.
Let's do that.
All right. and you head back to the ship. You're able to do so. Sabine will say, I went around the town to see what I could gather. It definitely seems that at least 60 to 75% of the populace is all indentured servants to one lord or another. A decent amount of UNT population here. All very grim individuals. Didn't like my presence, and some even had some rather nasty insults to throw my way. I did my best to stay above them.
Sabine,
Hmm.
did you mention that you like dogs?
No, why?
Mention that you like dogs.
Apparently it helps.
It helps a lot. I really connected. Me and Neil really had a connection.
Neil was yelling at me,
Neil.
and then, yeah.
Yeah.
You had a connection with one of the locals over some dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. He showed us where all the kennels were.
I see.
I got more out of it than you did, apparently, so I don't want to hear
If I
nastiness.
If I need to make friends with the locals, then I will be certain to bring up dogs.
So,
Well,
I
sounds
have
like
a
you needed to and get shit.
Just shouting back and forth. Yeah.
before it can get even more. So I spoke with a bit of an odd woman named Sarah Everstar. Learned a few things about what's going on. Apparently, the mercs are looking for something that has something to do with Captain Hayes. The guards are doing the same. She doesn't. She claims she didn't know what it was about. I don't know if I believed her. She also mentioned that Captain Hayes' one of his crew might be on the island.
Well, yeah. We have one of his crew.
No,
Don't you remember Eric?
I don't think she was talking about Eric. Current crew. She seems to think there's going to be a bit of a rumble over this, whatever it is. She didn't give me much, but I didn't want to give away too much more than I already had. So, there's something big, and if we don't get the dogs and get out fast, we're going to get stuck with it too.
What stops that being the motion of all this shit, though, is the only thing I'm worried about.
Same. If it's the catalyst for it, then we're gonna have a shitstorm regardless, but I just wanted you all to know.
I think we could probably get in, get the dogs, and get out. I'm just gonna put it out there.
We got
Definitely
the
possible. I mean, we could definitely go in guns a-blazing if needed.
I mean, we don't even need to do that. I mean, like, Creed's really good at sneaking. I'm really good at sneaking. Probably have other people. Make a distraction. I think we could probably do it.
If they start barking, though.
Well, they'll be invisible, so it'll be really weird, so... What are they gonna do? Invisible barking? To be like, oh, it's Ghost Dog, it's fine. That's what the fucking... That's what the people who will be distracting. That's their prerogative.
I get the sense the locals will not take Ghost Dog as it's fine. They'll freak out, is my general gist of these people.
Well, I'm saying, you guys, that's the distraction team's job. Just get in, get the dogs, get out. 7,000 gold pieces. Back to West Haven. Look, these people are really weird. They're not sleeping. I don't want to find out why they're not sleeping. I hope I sleep tonight. I haven't eaten any food. I'm nervous. These
are all fair thoughts. I am unsure of what all next step should be. Perhaps it is just to move forward as quickly as possible. However, I am afraid of us getting caught, as we do not know exactly what the defenses of this man are.
Have you thought of the exit strategy already? Because right now we are a third ship to show up. To then show up, possibly take Dogson's lead, wouldn't it make it very obvious now that we've established who we are?
I mean, I don't mean to return here again,
I don't either, but
so I don't have a problem with them knowing who I am and never seeing me again. It is just a matter of getting the dogs on the first try, because if we fail once, it gets a lot harder, I have a feeling. But we can discuss this a bit more, perhaps in the morning, after we've had some time to simmer on it. I recommend we all retire either to the inn or on the ship, whatever you prefer. I will be retiring to my quarters, specifically.
All right. Well, sweetest of dreams to us all, I suppose.
Indeed. And we'll head to bed for the night. And the
Oh.
dreams will not be so sweet.
Oh, great.
But we'll cover that the next session.
I'm gonna stop the recording. Bye, recording!